Whoever Amal Clooney Women's Empowerment Award is sponsored by Charlotte Tilbury, and it recognises young women from around the world who've made a significant and long-lasting difference to those around them.
To present it is a woman who's dedicated her life to international human rights, which means at least one person in her house has got a proper job. Please welcome Amal Clooney.
Thank you so much, and hello to everyone, Your Royal Highness. It's an honor to have been invited to present an award by the Prince's Trust International. It's my great honor to introduce the first ever winner of the Women's Empowerment Award, Miss Tanzila Khan.
It all started with this. That Broadway drama started with this clip that you just saw, and why Meghan Markle felt the need to clap back at George Clooney because he's a proper A-lister and he didn't invite her after they were friends after all. We're going to get into this because what I'm about to show you is so petty. It is so D-list that only in the mind of somebody like Meghan Markle would actually seem normal and not embarrassing at all. So let's get into this. And don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe, beautiful people.
Enjoyed himself while saluting his co-writer, Grant Heslop.
Oh, it was fun. It's fun to be up there. I'm there with Grant. We were partners for 40-some years.
The show attracted a who's who in entertainment, including J-Lo, Uma Thurman, Cindy Crawford with her family, even James Bond himself, Pierce Brosnan.
How the mighty have fallen, beautiful people, because Meghan Markle went from being the darling worldwide, to now renting decoy vehicles in order to look important. And what is worse is what happened backstage, which a lot of people haven't seen or don't know about, because why does she do this to herself? Why, for any other human being would think, no, surely this woman must feel some embarrassment of sorts, but not our Meghan Markle, because Meghan Markle is such a unique individual that what is embarrassing, indecent to 99.99% of the population worldwide, it's just common sense and natural behavior for Meghan Markle. So we're going to deep dive here what happened with her and why was she at that Broadway show, Gypsy Broadway show, and not at George Clooney's. And the story is juicy. Surely you jest, Paula. Meghan Markle hires over-the-top 4-car motorcade for Broadway night, when she went out. Absolutely abnormal. You think? New Yorkers were scratching their heads. How many security vehicles takes to escort one Duchess? If you're Meghan Markle, it takes 4. But before you go and get your panties in a wad, let me tell you how this really came about, because you're going to laugh. It's like feeling secondhand embarrassment for somebody else. At this point, I think that there is something seriously mentally wrong with this woman. And the guy that you're seeing here, he's not really a policeman. He's part of the security of the theater. And just, so we know what the rules are. There is a program called the Pay Detail Unit, which is a program within the New York City Police Department, allowing private corporations to hire NYPD police officers for security duties. The program was introduced in 1998, and that this allows off-duty officers to wear their uniforms while earning money in second jobs at sports venues, financial institutions, and other places of business. Now, guys, What is very important for you to know as well is that this program was supposed to have ended in 2018 because it was getting with so, for example, if you were dressed as a cop and you were with a celebrity and suddenly the guy dressed as a cop who is actually a cop off duty ended up hitting or pushing somebody, then the New York Police Department would get sued. So they said, you know what? Enough with the hassle. We're not going to do this anymore. We've had enough of that. But they managed to change the regulations instead of canceling it altogether because, the policemen were angry because they say, hey, we're not getting paid enough. This is a good way to make money. So what they did instead is that they amended legal processes that basically say that the person who hires them, it's like a waiver. Literally, it's a waiver that the cop, yes, he's wearing a New York police officer uniform, but he's not in a real cop situation, or he's not being sent there by the New York Police Department. Also, given the fact that there had been so many crimes in New York, whenever they always keep now one or two cops around the theaters because, of course, there's always celebrities. In fact, most of the times the people doing the plays are celebrities. So they always have one or two cops. And also for insurance purposes, the theater must hire at least 4 security personnel or private security, which are and one in the front, one in the middle, and at least 1 or 2 backstage, just in case people, get rowdy. But they should have at least minimum 4 security guards at the theater. And when I tell you why Meghan did this, because this is embarrassing as hell. She had decoys here, and this is where she was with her assistant. And this is with the unmarked security NYPD because, of course, they are off duty. And these are the 2 decoys, basically just 2 drivers with empty cars. Because, of course, Meghan Markle has to show people how important she is. And I mean, the embarrassment of it all. And why does she do that? Why? You're asking it, right?
We just saw the arrival of George and Amal Clooney. I have to say there was a little bit of a gasp when we saw Amal in this gorgeous mustard yellow dress with a perfectly matched hat.
Yes, Meghan Markle invited as many A-listers as possible to her wedding. People she didn't know, but she thought as an opportunity to network her way up. People who she would have never had access to as Rachel Meghan Markle, but not as the future Duchess of Sussex. She invited Reese Witherspoon, who politely declined because she's a hardcore Princess Catherine stan. Jennifer Aniston, who can't stand her, actually during the filming of the movie Horrible Bosses, where Meghan Markle did her one-liner handing over the DHL thing, Jennifer Aniston didn't want to be in her presence. Oddly, it's been reported that now she's mulling over appearing in her podcast in some sort of appearance with Meghan Markle, now that Gwyneth Paltrow did like those 3-second clips with Meghan Markle, which is weird. This just goes to show you how fickle Hollywood is really and how hypocritical. But those are just rumors. So it starts with Meghan Markle inviting George Clooney to their wedding, and everything is wonderful. Everything is beautiful. And then, of course, George Clooney and Amal Clooney invite them to their private villa in Lake Como, and they send their private airplane to pick them up. This is all August 2018, right after the wedding. Unfortunately for Meghan, George Clooney had admitted to somebody at the wedding that he didn't really know Harry and Meghan when they were asked, "Oh, how do you know them?" "We actually don't." And he wasn't joking. So, but then, okay, let's say they forged that friendship. And then what happens? What happens is something that absolutely is like a fairy tale. Amal Clooney and Serena Williams join forces to throw Meghan Markle this beautiful baby shower in New York that cost almost $500,000. Yes. You heard it correctly. And Amal sent the plane to pick Meghan Markle up. Remember that Meghan Markle couldn't travel, according to what she said in Oprah? She couldn't travel because her passports were taken away. Those evil, evil royal family members. So while she didn't have a passport, Amal Clooney sent her private airplane to pick Meghan Markle up from the castle and took her to this ritzy hotel where she got the entire suite for the baby shower. And oddly enough, Doria Ragland, her black mother, was not invited. Hmm, odd, isn't it? But Amal Clooney was there, and then she flew back with Meghan Markle because, of course, she's the Duchess and we're such good friends. This is in February 2019. So, but something seismically happened because you see, Amal Clooney saw right through Meghan Markle. See, Amal Markle was livid that Meghan leaked to the press that that she was going to have that baby shower because it was supposed to be secret. Amal Clooney, it is after all very private. You don't really hear much about her. We have to give her props for that. Okay. So she thought that this was going to be a whole quiet affair. But no, we know her, Megsy. She loves to leak stuff. She needs people to know that she's going to be surrounded by A-listers, especially Amal Clooney. So what happens? Yes, this is the King's Trust International. You're going to read that it says the Princess Trust because at the time, this is in March 2019. This is a month after that baby shower when Amal Clooney kind of saw right through Meghan that she was using her. So Amal Clooney, what does she say? Princess Trust International launches Amal Clooney Award, celebrating the achievements of young women. Yes, yes. Guess who wasn't invited? Meghan Markle was not invited. The Amal Clooney Award will highlight the work of young women who have succeeded against the odds to make a lasting difference in their communities. Amal will personally select one young winner to be presented with the award a year from now in 2020. We know that what happened was COVID, and of course, things couldn't be done. But this is what Amal Clooney said. I am honored to have been invited by Princess Trust International to participate in this global initiative celebrating young women who are change makers in their community. It is a privilege to be able to play a part in a project that will draw attention to incredible young women who are the future leaders of our world. Amal Clooney. And what I'm about to show you is why Meghan Markle truly, truly despises Amal Clooney now to death. This woman is so angry because nobody crosses Meghan Markle. She can ghost you, she can defame you, she can trash you, but you can't do that to her because she's Rachel Meghan Markle, the deal or no deal girl. How dare you? And this is where things took a turn for the worst, guys, because this is basically the first award because of COVID was handed in 2022. And you can see Amal Clooney here with the king. And it's called the Amal Clooney's Women's Empowerment Award. You know how Meghan likes to talk about empowerment? Well, Amal Clooney is literally doing it. And she's so beautiful. She's so gorgeous. And there she is. And it was handed over to this beautiful Pakistani lady, and they highlight her, and her name is Tanzila Khan. And of course, they highlight the causes. Guess who wasn't invited there? Guess who wasn't? And the sponsor was Charlotte Tilbury, which is great. I like that, Charlotte Tilbury. But guess who wasn't invited there? Of course, Meghan Markle wasn't invited there. And she just can't handle it. And to make matter worse, the Clooney's hosted in New York in 2023 and 2024 the Albies Award, which is absolutely amazing. Also humanitarian. Guess who weren't the two people who weren't invited? Harry and Meghan were not invited. Yes. And then George Clooney stars in Broadway, and he invites the likes of Hugh Jackman, Jennifer Lopez, Uma Thurman. I mean, proper stars, A-listers. Even Oprah Winfrey was invited. Gayle King was invited. Anybody was invited, and quite a few have attended. But guess who wasn't invited? Rachel Meghan Markle. And she's so petty that she refuses to pay for the ticket. Okay, George is not inviting me. I am going to go buy a theater ticket and go. But no, she has to say and be able to claim that she was invited. So out of spitefulness, she goes to Gypsy Theater. Nobody knew who she was backstage. I have heard claims that the theater was checked before Meghan Markle went for possible bombs. That is an absolute lie. Okay, she went there with Tracy Robbins, and Tracy Robbins got her in because Tracy Robbins invited her. And Tracy Robbins, the wife of the Paramount chief, paid for the tickets. Meghan Markle didn't pay for the tickets. And Tracy Robbins paid for the dinner also because she went there with her, but not Meghan Markle. Because you see, Meghan Markle needs to say that she went there, she was invited. This is why you see her here like a crazy chicken going behind the stage, not knowing what, looking around like a crazy woman, desperate, scratching her lights out. It is so embarrassing, guys. And then, that the fake laugh. I feel sorry for the dog, I gotta say. But what a terrible thing to do. That in her mind, she thinks that by hiring a 3-car convoy, she's gonna upstage George Clooney in A-lister with proper A-listers. This is the frame of mind of the kind of woman we're talking about, that she left her children alone in Los Angeles to go to New York just to spite George Clooney. You know what I mean? Let's face it. This Audra McDonald is an okay actress. I know her from the private practice, but she's no George Clooney, is she? Is she? Is she? I didn't see no Jennifer Lopez there. No Uma Thurman. And some people have even said that she's doing it because, of course, now she wants to be black. She wants to be there because of the Sente Vale scandal. We know that Meghan Markle doesn't care about scandals or Sente Vale. Meghan Markle cares to be seen with proper A-listers. That's all she cares about. She doesn't care about anything humanitarian. She doesn't care about anything. She just is desperate to be seen with A-listers. And Meghan Markle would have given her weaves in order to pose in that red carpet getting in to see George Clooney. And we all know it, don't we? So I don't know why people are saying that Meghan Markle is trying to do this as a PR stunt to be seen with black people when we know she can't stand them. She did it because she had no choice. She didn't get invited to George Clooney's, and she wanted to spite him. And then she left her 2 children alone in California. Mother of the year, isn't it? Mother of the year, people. Give me your thoughts and let me know why. I mean, why? Why? That's really the question. Isn't this woman embarrassed? But then again, Meghan Markle doesn't know embarrassment. All she cares about is getting to be A-list. A-list.